Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 5:30, and I will call this regular meeting of the Burnsville City Council to order. But before we begin with our moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance, on behalf of the City Council, our staff at the City of Burnsville, and the whole community of Burnsville, I would like to offer our deepest condolence to the impact and the tragic shootings at El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. While we hope to never experience a tragedy like this in our community, we want to assure our residents and let them know that our police, fire, and emergency medical personnel, along with our entire staff here at the City of Burnsville, are trained and ready to respond to any incident that threatens the safety of our community. We hope that all of the training that our police, fire, and staff have gone through would never come to a situation where we would use it, but we have no control. So what we do is help them to continue to have the resources so that they can continue to train to ensure the safety of our community. And now I would like to invite everyone to join us in a moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have announcements for all of our upcoming meetings. We have one proclamation, and we might have some awards to give out this evening, or a recognition of service. So our announcements have to do with all of our upcoming meetings. Regular council meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, August 20th and Tuesday, September 3rd at 5:30 p.m. We have a work session scheduled for Tuesday, August 13th at 5:30 p.m. We're also in the midst of budgets. So here's the agenda and meetings for our budget. The review, the maximum tax levy, and our CIP is Tuesday, September 10th at 5:30, and the debt presentation. We will adopt the maximum tax levy on Tuesday, September 17th at 5:30. We have a budget session on Tuesday, October 29th at 5:30. Another budget work session on Tuesday, November 12th at 5:30 p.m. And then we adopt the tax levy and budget on Tuesday, December 3rd at 5:30 p.m. We have one proclamation this evening, and that is for Night to Unite 2019. Whereas the Minnesota Crime Prevention Association, along with AAA and local law enforcement, are sponsoring a statewide program called Night to Unite on August 6, 2019. And Night to Unite is designed to get to know one another in your neighborhood, build neighborhood involvement by bringing police, fire, local government, and communities together, and to bring an awareness to crime prevention and local law enforcement efforts. And whereas Night to Unite supports the idea that crime prevention is an inexpensive, effective tool in strengthening police and community partnerships. And whereas Night to Unite provides opportunities to celebrate the ongoing work of law enforcement and neighborhoods in the city of Burnsville by working together to fight crime and victimization and increase public safety for all citizens. And whereas the citizens of Burnsville play an important role in assisting the city of Burnsville through joint crime, drug, and violence prevention efforts. Now therefore, I, Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 6, 2019, to be Night to Unite in Burnsville, and do hereby call upon all citizens of Burnsville to participate in Night to Unite on August 6, 2019, proclaimed this 5th day of August 2019. And we do have one recognition of service that we'll give, and I'll do it from that side. And Mrs. Kiefer, will you come up, please? On behalf of the City Council and our staff, we'd like to recognize and appreciate Sarah Kiefer for dedicated service to the community in the Parks and Natural Resource Commission, July 2013 to June 2019. Mrs. Kiefer, thank you so much. We really appreciate the work that you've done, the counsel that you have given us, and we thank you for your involvement. So. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Mayor Coates.
Yeah. And now we move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda is a group of items that's considered to be
Citizen comments.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is citizens' comments. This is the opportunity for anyone in the audience to address the council on an item that is not on the printed agenda and not an application form that will be coming before us at a future date. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to address the council? Anyone who wishes to address the council on an item that is not on a printed agenda and not an application form to come before us at a future date? Seeing no one, we will move on. The next is additions to the final agenda. And this is for emergency items only. Ms. Mascali, are there any additions to the final agenda?
I have none, Madam Mayor.
Members of the council? Okay, we move on to the consent agenda.
Don't we want to add Nick to the plan?
Pardon me?
Don't we want to add
We do.
Nick to the...
We do have an addition to the final agenda. And this is an item where we will be appointing a youth member to our commission. And members of the council, may I have a motion to add item 5B to the agenda?
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay, and the motion carries. We now have a second item on the regular agenda. Thank you so much. The next item is the consent agenda. And the consent agenda is a group of items that's considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. However, an item on the consent agenda can be removed for a separate discussion and vote. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes an item on the consent agenda to be removed for a separate discussion and vote? Anyone who wishes an item to be removed for a separate discussion and vote? Ms. Mascali?
No, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Members of the council?
We're E.
4D.
E.
E. 4E is going to be removed for a separate discussion and vote. May I have a motion for the balance, please?
Second.
Councilmember Keeley makes a motion, second by Councilmember Gustafson. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay, and the motion carries. Item 4E is a resolution to declare cost to be assessed, approved preparation of proposed assessment, roll call, and calling for a hearing on proposed code enforcement charges for First half of 2018. Councilmember Schultz.
Thank you. What I want to highlight on this, and I did pull this simply to highlight this, that this is coming forward on this, is that looking at the assessments on our code enforcement charges, the number of proactive, which means our code enforcement actively goes out looking for violations, versus complaints, which is residents noticing that something is going on that's impacting their quality of life and contacting the city to help get a resolution. That ratio is far out of range. And I do want to highlight that, and I do think that this is something that City Council should start taking a closer look at, and also that residents should start giving us feedback about, and I would appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to adopt the resolution which authorizes the preparation of the assessment rolls, declares the cost to be assessed, and calls for a hearing to be held on September 17, 2019.
Move to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Workman makes the motion, second by Councilmember Keeley. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. And the motion carries. Thank you. We are now at the regular agenda. In the regular agenda, we have one item. This is an application for 5337 Properties LLC for an interim use permit to allow vehicles to be parked on an unpaved surface, rezoning from B4 highway commercial to B4 planned unit development, and a concept stage PUD for the phase development of the parked Chrysler Jeep properties located at 1408 Highway 13 West. We're asked to approve the IUP, rezoning the concept stage PUD, and to adopt the findings of fact and the ordinance. Ms. Faulkner, you're presenting this evening.
I am. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Deb Garris could not be here this evening, so I will just step in real quick. And as you know, I like to be short and sweet, so I will be short and sweet. I have on the overhead the graphic before you, the subject site. This is Park Jeep. I think we're all familiar with that down on Highway 13. The reason this is on regular agenda is because there was a dissenting vote from the Planning Commission. One of the planning commissioners felt the request for the IUP to continue to allow gravel surface was not consistent with what other car dealers have had to do in the past. So for that reason, they did not support this application. Other than that, the rest of the commission felt this was an appropriate way to, I think, solve a code enforcement issue with parking on gravel for the short term, with a longer term plan for this to be developed as an office warehouse in the future. And that's the concept stage that's before you. So with that, I will stand for any questions that you may have.
Ms. Faulkner, this property, we have been working with the owner for a long time to correct the soils so that they can also build on the property. And so this is all part of that process. Am I correct in remembering how we have been on this journey with Park Jeeps?
That's correct, Madam Mayor. If we go way back,
Yeah.
the part of the property on the north abutting 126th Street, I believe the city conveyed to Park Jeep 15 or so years ago.
Yes.
And then, yes, they have an IUP to do soil corrections in this area that sets the stage for the future office warehouse site.
Okay, Councilmember Gustafson.
Do they still, I remember back in the 70s, dating myself, I used to come out here, they used to do a lot of hill climbing back there because there were Jeep dealerships, so there was a lot of four-wheeling that happened in the back. Are they still doing that?
I believe they do.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
That was always a lot of fun, that's why I'm asking. So,
And Councilmember Gustafson, I've been on taking the Jeep
Yep.
back out there. It's really, it's very
fun.
nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Okay, are there any other questions for Ms. Faulkner? If not, I need a motion, please, to
Move to
approve the.
approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay, and the motion carries. Thank you very much. And the last item that we voted on, and this is the appointment of our youth commissioner to the Parks and Natural Resource Commission. Councilmember Schultz.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We are looking at appointing Michael Angara and to the PNRC, which is the Parks and Natural Resource Commission. This would be a one-year term ending on 6/30/2020. And this is the youth commissioner position. So I move to appoint him to this position.
Second?
Councilmember Schultz makes the motion, second by Councilmember Workman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay, and the motion carries. Members of the council, there are no other items to come before us this evening, and a motion to adjourn is in order.
Motion to adjourn?
Councilmember Workman makes the motion, second by Councilmember Keely. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay, and a motion carries. Good night, and thank you for being with us.